Ethan never thought love could hurt this much. He was only 26, a young father, with a heart too pure for the world he lived in. Every morning he woke before dawn preparing breakfast for Lena, his wife, and their little daughter Sophie. He wasn't rich, but he was steady, hard-working, and deeply in love. Their marriage had begun like a dream. College sweethearts. Shared laughter over coffee, late-night plans about their future, and a promise. We'll stay together, no matter how hard life gets. Ethan believed that promise with all his heart. But life had other plans. Lena had started working at an advertising firm. Long hours, fancy clients, late meetings. Ethan trusted her completely. He wanted her to grow, to feel independent. But slowly, the distance between them grew too. Lena began dressing differently, speaking differently. Her phone was always on silent, her smile, less familiar. At first, Ethan thought it was stress. But then came the night that changed everything. He was putting Sophie to bed when he heard Lena laughing on the phone. A kind of laugh she hadn't given him in months. He froze at the door. "You make me feel alive again," she whispered. The words stabbed like ice. Ethan's knees went weak. His world, once warm and safe, suddenly felt cold. That night, he didn't confront her. He just sat in the dark, staring at their wedding photo. He wasn't angry, just broken. The next day, he cooked breakfast as usual. Lena came out dressed for work, looking radiant. "You're up early," she smiled. Ethan just nodded, trying to act normal. "Yeah, wanted to make your favorite." She thanked him, kissed Sophie goodbye, and left, without even noticing the pain in his eyes. Days passed, and the truth unfolded like a slow poison. Late meetings became weekend trips. Messages came at midnight. And one evening, he followed her car. It wasn't about revenge. He just wanted to see the truth with his own eyes. He saw her step out, her face glowing under city lights. Another man was waiting, older, confident, charming. Ethan didn't need to hear a word. The look in Lena's eyes said everything. He didn't confront her that night. Instead, he drove back home, tucked Sophie into bed, and whispered, "Daddy's here. Always." The next morning, Lena came home, pretending everything was normal. Ethan looked at her and said softly, "If this is what makes you happy, I won't stop you. But don't lie to me anymore." Lena froze. Her eyes widened. "What are you talking about?" "I saw you," he said quietly. "Last night." Her lips trembled, but she didn't deny it. She just sat down, tears falling. "Ethan, I didn't mean to. I felt empty. I thought maybe." He interrupted gently. "You thought love was supposed to feel exciting all the time. But love isn't about excitement, Lena. It's about staying when it's hard." Lena cried harder, reaching for him, but Ethan stepped back. "I'm not leaving because I hate you," he said. "I'm leaving because I love myself enough to stop bleeding for someone who won't stop cutting." He took Sophie and left the house that night. No shouting, no anger. Just silence. The kind that breaks hearts louder than screams ever could. Months passed. Ethan moved to a smaller apartment near the coast. He worked long shifts but came home every evening to Sophie's laughter. Slowly, he learned to smile again. Not because life got easier, but because he finally understood peace. One rainy afternoon, there was a knock on the door. He opened it, and there she was. Lena, soaked, trembling, her eyes swollen from crying. "Ethan, please. I made a mistake. I thought I wanted freedom, but all I found was emptiness." He looked at her, and for the first time, he didn't feel anger, just sadness. "Do you know what Sophie asked me last week?" he said softly. "She asked why Mommy doesn't come home anymore." I didn't know what to say. Lena sobbed. "I can't undo what I did, Ethan, but I want to make it right. Please give me one more chance." Ethan looked down at his hands, silent for a long moment. Then he said, "Lena, love doesn't die overnight, but respect does. And without respect, love is just memory." She tried to reach for him again, but he gently stepped back. "You'll always be Sophie's mother, and I'll never stop wishing you peace. But I can't go back to a place that almost destroyed me." Lena's tears mixed with the rain as she whispered, "You're a better man than I ever deserved." Ethan smiled faintly. "No, Lena. I'm just a man who finally learned his worth." She walked away slowly, disappearing into the mist, while Ethan stood by the door holding Sophie's little hand. Sophie looked up and asked, "Daddy, is Mommy coming home?" He bent down, kissed her forehead, and said, "No, sweetheart. Sometimes when people hurt us, we forgive them, but we don't have to live with them again." Sophie nodded innocently and hugged him. Ethan looked out the window, the rain falling softly, washing away the pain of the past. He whispered to himself, "Love doesn't end when someone leaves. It ends when you stop losing yourself to keep them." That night, he tucked Sophie into bed and looked at the empty photo frame on the table, their wedding picture long gone. Instead, he placed a new one there, just him and Sophie, smiling at the beach. Because sometimes, the greatest love story is learning to love yourself again after being broken. Moral: don't let betrayal define your worth. Real strength isn't in holding on to a broken promise. It's in walking away with peace in your heart. Broken heart.